Welcome to our podcast. Have you ever wanted to speak English but didn't know what to say? Maybe you understand some English words, but when you try to speak, your mind goes blank. This happens to many people, so you are not alone. Speaking English well takes time and practice, but it's not as hard as you think. You don't need to know every grammar rule or big, difficult words to speak well. You just need to practice in smart ways every day. In this podcast, I will share 10 simple tips that will help you speak English more easily and with more confidence. These tips are easy to follow, and you can start using them today. If you practice a little every day, you will be surprised how quickly your English speaking improves. Let's start. 1. Think in English, not your native language. When you try to speak English, your brain might first think of the sentence in your own language, then translate it into English. This makes you speak slowly and sometimes incorrectly. To fix this, train your mind to think directly in English. You can do this by talking to yourself in your head in English during the day. For example, if you are walking to the bus, you can think, I am walking to the bus. It's sunny today. If you see a cup of tea, think, this tea smells nice. The more you do this, the more natural it will feel, and you will start speaking without stopping to translate. 2. Speak out loud every day. You cannot get better at speaking if you don't actually speak. Even if you don't have someone to talk to, you can practice by speaking to yourself. Read something out loud from a book, a newspaper, or even your phone. Pretend you are telling a story to a friend. Speaking out loud helps your mouth and tongue get used to making English sounds. At first, it might feel strange, but over time, you will become more comfortable and confident. 3. Imitate native speakers. One of the fastest ways to improve is to copy how native speakers talk. This doesn't mean you have to copy their accent perfectly, but try to follow their rhythm, tone, and style. You can watch movies, YouTube videos, or listen to podcasts in English. Choose a short part, listen carefully, then try to repeat it exactly the same. Pay attention to how they stress certain words or where they pause. This copy and repeat method helps you sound more natural. 4. Expand your vocabulary naturally. Learning new words is important, but memorizing long lists can be boring and hard to remember. Instead, learn words by seeing them in real situations. For example, if you watch a cooking video and hear the word chop, you will remember it better because you see what it means. When you learn a new word, try to make your own sentences with it. For example, with chop, you can say, I will chop the onions. This way, the word stays in your memory longer. 5. Don't fear mistakes. They're proof you're learning. Many people feel shy about speaking English because they are afraid of making mistakes. But mistakes are normal and important part of learning. Think about how you learned your first language as a child. You made many mistakes, and that's how you improved. If you wait until your English is perfect before speaking, you will never start. Instead, speak even if you are not sure, and if someone corrects you, be happy because you just learned something new. 6. Record yourself speaking. Sometimes we don't notice our own mistakes until we hear ourselves. Recording yourself can help. Pick a topic, like your favorite hobby or what you did yesterday, and talk for 2 or 3 minutes. Then listen to the recording. You might notice that you speak too fast, pause too much, or mispronounce certain words. Once you know your weak points, you can practice fixing them. Over time, your recordings will show how much you have improved. 7. Practice with real people. The best way to get used to speaking English is by having real conversations. Try to find people who can speak English with you. This can be friends, classmates, or people you meet online in language exchange groups. Speaking to real people helps you think faster and use the words you already know in new ways. You will also learn common phrases and expressions that are not in textbooks. 8. Focus on phrases, not just words. Speaking fluently is not only about knowing many words, it's about knowing the right groups of words to use together. For example, native speakers don't always say, "I am very happy." They might say, "I'm over the moon," or "I'm so excited." If you learn phrases instead of single words, your speech will sound smoother and more natural. You can write down useful phrases you hear in movies, songs, or conversations, and then practice using them yourself. 9. Use English in your daily life. The more you surround yourself with English, the faster you will improve. Change your phone settings to English, write your shopping list in English, or watch the news in English. You can even talk to yourself while cooking, walking, or cleaning. For example, while making tea, say, "I'm boiling the water. Now I'm adding sugar." These small habits make English a part of your everyday life, so speaking it becomes natural. 10. Be patient and persistent. Learning to speak English well takes time. There will be days when you feel you are not improving, but that's normal. Think of it like planting a tree. You don't see it grow every day, but over months and years, it becomes big and strong. The same is true for your English. Celebrate small wins like using a new phrase correctly or speaking without stopping. Keep practicing a little every day, and your progress will surprise you.